It's been a while since we've talked about what Respite is, so we're going to do that later in the video as well, just give you a rough idea of where Andy goes, what he does there. Hello folks and welcome to today's vlog. You join us partway through a busy day. It's just gone lunchtime. We just had some leftovers from last night for lunch. Very nice it was too. But that's not the most important thing that's going on today. We've got so many things going on today. We started the day off with a trip into town for Lucy to go to the dentist. It's her penultimate dentist's trip before she has her braces out. We've now got her appointment booked for her to have her braces out, so she's happy with all of that. Later on today, we need to take Andy up to Boston for his Respite session. He's going to be there for the next couple of days. I think we're probably due an explanation of what Respite is as well. I know we've done it on the channel probably a couple of times before, but it's been a while since we've talked about what Respite is, so we're going to do that later in the video as well, just give you a rough idea of where Andy goes, what he does there. We'll do it towards the end of the video, so those of you who've seen it before can stop watching at that point, but I know it's one of the most common questions we get asked when he's off at Respite. People say, where's he going? Why is he going there? What does he do? Does he like it? We'll answer all those questions later on in this video, but before any of that, we are back in Amy's bedroom with more fiddling to do. We're not putting up the curtains. We're a nerd family. We've got a higher priority than putting up the curtains. She's brought this old portable TV over from her mum's house that was just gathering dust, doing nothing. And I've taken my PlayStation 4 that was in the garage, gathering dust, doing nothing. In fact, it's still in the Harry Potter bag that we put it in when we took it down to London in October for Anna to use it in the hotel room, and it's not come out of the bag since then. So we're combining these two unused pieces of equipment into a Sims 4 workstation so Amy can sit in the corner of her room playing Sims 4, because apparently you've got a bit of a taste for Sims 4 at the moment, haven't you?
I do, but my laptop doesn't let me get it.
Let's get this set up then. And there we have a fully set up and functioning Sims 4 station. Just don't play that, don't play that, don't play that or that.
Okay.
In fact, all of those are 18s, I think. For those of you panicking about parental control, she doesn't have the discs for any of those. As you can see, they all require a disc. So the only thing she has a disc for is the Sims 4, which is the one she wants to play anyway. Happy?
Yes.
Have you got your Floss Like a Boss t-shirt on?
Mm-hmm.
Right, what else do you want to put in this bag?
Buses.
You need to get all your stuff ready.
Right, what else is going in here? Where's your other bus?
Female.
Andy?
In the back.
No, where's your Nottingham bus? Did you leave it upstairs?
So we have gadget bag.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to McDonald's.
And we have clothes bag.
It's
Come here. 4 o'clock.
It's not 4 o'clock yet, but we get there at 4 o'clock.
It's 5 o'clock.
No, it's 20 past 2 at the moment. Not in your mouth, Andy.
It's for tea.
Everything. This bag's getting even.
Yeah, that's because you've got so many gadgets and things
Really?
that you take.
It's not.
Ridiculous.
Oh,
Oops, that's all his gadgets broken.
how can you not grab stuff?
That is a heavy bag.
Oh, yeah.
We are hotel.
Andy?
We are hotel.
Andy, you're going to say bye-bye to the vlog for a few days?
Bye-bye.
Say bye-bye vlog.
Bye-bye vlog.
Splendid.
This is a hotel.
It is not a hotel.
Yeah.
Andy will be back day after tomorrow.
Friday.
Yeah, well, it's not Friday for them, is it? It's Saturday. Andy will be back soon. But we now need to get his stuff in, all his food, all of that stuff is what he needs to get through 2 days in that place. I know we said later on in the video we would do an explanation of what Respite Care is. We will still be doing that, but for those of you who've watched all of the previous videos from when Andy's gone off to his Respite, you'll know exactly where we are and what we're doing now.
No, what you're doing.
We
I
are-
have to come with you.
We are at the 3 greatest shops in the universe, B&M, Smith's, The Range. We've not got time to go to The Range. We're on our way to the cinema. The movie starts in 24 minutes, so we've got time to go to B&M for cinema snacks and then into Smith's for toys. Hopefully wrestlers is what we're looking for today. We haven't bought wrestlers for a while. Well, we've had a bit of a result with the wrestling figures just in B&M.
What did you do though, Kevin?
Bought one.
And destroyed the other.
Yeah, I may have. I got so excited because I thought, I'll show you what I got because I'm sure you all care. I got so excited that I saw a Becky Lynch Elite that I sort of dived forward to grab it off the shelf and knocked all of the figures off the shelf, and Anna shouted at me in the middle of the shop. So I've kind of got what I came for now, but it would be wrong not to go in Smith's anyway and see if there's more toys in there for me. Nothing I didn't already have in there, or that was reasonably priced enough. The collectible WWE title belt that I've wanted for like 2 years, still 80 quid, which apparently is still unreasonable, so I'm told. I do have a little bit of homework to do from B&M though, because I noticed while I was in there that they had DC Bombshells pop vinyls. Now, I like a DC Bombshells pop vinyl. I'm pretty sure I've got the whole set now, but I need to go home, take some inventory. We'll be back in B&M in Boston on Friday when we go and pick Andy up. He's asked to go to B&M. He wants to go and buy himself a toy like we did after Christmas last year.
The same toy?
Yeah, the same toy. He wants to go and buy the Tipping Point board game that he bought just after Christmas last year. So we're going to be in B&M in Boston on Friday. They usually have the same stock across all the different B&Ms, so I'm going to go home, check if there are any missing DC Bombshells pops, and if there are, the pops in B&M are usually like 5 or 6 quid, although the Fortnite ones in there were priced up as a tenner, so if they're normal price there's no point in getting them from B&M, but might be finishing off a collection of pop vinyls if I haven't already done it, which I think I might have done. I need to get more organised with those. Anna's now filling up her bag with Ferrero Rocher that she just bought from B&M because they came in a pyramid thing. I don't think we can take a pyramid of Ferrero Rocher into the cinema, but a bag full of loose ones, I think that's entirely reasonable. I'm obviously going to put you away in the car now because they frown on me bringing you into the cinema with me. I don't think I mentioned we're going to see Aquaman, so we're going to see Aquaman, and then when we're done and when we're home, then we'll do the whole talking about respite care thing I promised you. You can't get into the Ferrero Rocher, can you? And we're back from Aquaman, and it was a splendid film. Did you enjoy Aquaman?
It's alright.
This person who doesn't like DC movies at all has just come home and has got Wonder Woman set up ready to watch, which she hasn't seen yet.
I've watched Batman and they're boring.
Yeah, but I keep telling you, don't write off the whole of DC just because you don't like Batman. She also doesn't like Captain America.
Well, again, they're boring.
Yes, but that didn't make you write off the whole of Marvel. But you've written off the whole of DC because you don't like Batman.
Marvel have very handsome people.
So does Wonder Woman.
No, there's a girl.
Yeah, but she's a handsome woman.
Handsome.
Yeah, she's an Amazon.
I like to have a smile, and Batman was boring.
Yeah, but this isn't Batman. This anyway. Promised you that we'd talk a little bit about respite care. So those of you who know all about it, who've watched us explain this several times before when we've done these explanations, you can come back tomorrow. At this point, I don't think there's going to be anything new for you here. We're trying to keep Dave amused so he stops banging into the camera and making all of the noise that he was making. You'd think when Andy's not here blasting stuff out on his iPad, we could do a fairly quiet video, but oh no, as soon as this camera comes out, Dave just starts smashing into it, banging around, puts his tap shoes on to clonk around on the floor, making as much noise as possible. He's a disgrace. I'm going to get carpet. Carpets are dirty. And now all the carpet lovers are going to be offended in the comments. Carpets are dirty though. My dad's still got the same carpet from when I was a baby.
It means that it was worth its money.
I pooed on that when I was a baby.
I'm sure he cleaned it up.
Still.
Don't smell it.
Carpets are dirty. So, respite care. We're not going to dwell on it too much, but we always get asked always the same sort of 4 or 5 questions whenever Andy goes to respite care. So we're just going to answer those off all in one place. So at least for the next year or so, when people ask, we can direct them back to this video, which I probably called "What is Respite Care?" or something along those lines. He is making as much noise as he can possibly make. He is a disgrace. So, first question is the obvious. What is respite care? Because we get asked that one every time he goes. Respite care.
It's so I can sleep in for one night.
Yeah, that was how it was originally sold for us. Respite care is, particularly when it involves children, now I know it's slightly different for adults, but for children it's twofold. It gives us a break from him and him a break from us, which if you're not part of an autism family, you might, again, getting back to being offended, you might get unnecessarily offended at the thought of us needing a break from Andy. But it's not that we don't want him around, it's that even, yeah, there you go, the big sigh. It is a 24/7, never off duty job being a carer, isn't it? Mm. We when Andy's here, we don't get a lie-in. lions aren't a thing that happens.
I have to get up.
Yeah,
As soon as it's not when he gets up, it's when I hear him. As soon as I hear him, I have to get up.
Things like what we've done, we always go through, we're creatures of habit as much as he is. Whenever we drop him off at Respite, the first thing we do is go to the cinema, because even if there's nothing that we particularly want to go and see, because going to the cinema isn't something we're able to do when Andy's here. He hates it. We obviously want to go together. And the only way we can do that is if he's not here. And the only time he's not here in the evening when we can go to the cinema is when he's at Respite. So it gives us a little slice of normality is probably the wrong word, but a little bit of a taste of being a couple rather than being Andy's carers, which is what we are the other 28 days of the month when he's not off at his respite care. But also flipping it round from his side, and for the last year or so his social worker has been pushing us to agree to him going to respite care more often. She's really, and that's not for our benefit, she's really pushing it from Andy's benefit, because it helps him build up independence. It stops his reliance on us, his total dependence on Anna. That was one of the reasons why he ended up refusing to go to school, and one of the root causes of his anxiety is he can't bear to be apart from Anna. And the more he goes to respite, the easier that transition becomes, and it all helps.
He just walked off today.
Yeah, exactly. And he looks forward to going back, and it all builds up his independence, his resilience, because ultimately our long-term aim for Andy is that he can live as independent a life as he possibly can. We don't want a future for him where he's just sat on that chair on his iPad all day when he's 30. We want him to be out there in the world living his life, and for him to be able to do that, it has to be built up. And respite care is one of the ways that we can do that, because he can go off there for a couple of nights, not have us there, not have his normal bedtime routine, you know, and just be somewhere different with different people and realise that that's okay. So it's a massive benefit for us because it lets us do things we couldn't do when he's around, and it's a massive benefit for him because it helps prepare him for the future. So that was question one we always get about respite care. If you can think of any questions, throw them in as well.
But I don't have any questions.
No, not for you, but questions you're constantly asked. Another one is, what does he do when he's there?
Don't know.
We kind of know. We know what's there. It's basically a cottage that's got, is it 5 bedrooms, I think, for the kids?
One floor, innit?
Yeah, it's a bungalow thing, but it's big. There's 5 bedrooms for the kids who stay there. It's usually the same 5 kids who are there, or there's sometimes a little bit of variation, especially when it's not part of the normal schedule. Like this one, he normally goes at the weekend, it's midweek, so it's perhaps not all of the same kids there this time, but there's usually 4 or 5 kids there. They each have their own individual bedroom. They've got an Andy box there that has Andy stuff, so they can get the bedroom prepared for him when he goes over. They don't like completely redecorate it, but they'll put a couple of his pictures up on the wall. They'll use his preferred bedding, that kind of thing. So it's a familiar situation when he gets in there, and then it's pretty much up to him to spend the couple of days that he's there however he wants. He takes his DS with him. He doesn't have his iPad with him.
He takes everything but.
Yeah, he takes his DS, his Vita. He's taken all his buses.
4 buses.
Yeah, he can, if he chooses to, and he has chosen to do this in the past, he can just lie on the bed the whole weekend and just play on his DS or his Vita.
Which he does do at home.
Yeah, I think
we're not there to mingle.
Yeah,
with him.
I think the weekend he got Unfinished Swan on his Vita.
Oh God.
He did just go there and play Unfinished Swan through to completion several times, lying on his bed, loving life. Because they let him have his crisps in his bedroom, his pop in his bedroom.
Oh, they did that weekend, didn't they?
Yeah, and he can just do whatever he wants. But at the same time, they've got 2 massive social rooms with TVs, games consoles. One of them has got a trampoline built into the floor, which...
You're obsessed with that.
I love
You
that.
want one.
I would love a trampoline built into the floor. There's a huge toy cupboard. They've got a massive outdoor play area. They had a bouncy castle there in the summer. And they also go out and about and do stuff. He always has the option to go swimming, which he never does because he doesn't like going swimming, which is weird because he likes baths
and water.
Towers. Yeah, but he doesn't ever. He went swimming with them once and didn't like it, so I don't think he goes swimming with them now.
Maybe because you remember when you took him with me.
Maybe.
You carried him in.
Yeah, I was once carrying Andy into a swimming pool years ago, and my feet just went out from under me, and I fell down onto my back with him in my arms, and yeah, neither of us really enjoyed that day. But he always goes to the Stump when he's there, the church in Boston. They take him there. He was talking yesterday about going up the Stump tomorrow. So
No,
he's planning on going out and going up the Stump tomorrow if the rain is good. They take him up there. They let him kind of do what he wants to do.
Yeah,
he takes some pocket money. They take him shopping. What do you mean you wish they'd watch him?
He stands right at the end.
Oh, when he's at the Stump, yeah. He takes his camera with him, so we get to watch the footage. Obviously, we're not ever going to release that because it's got other kids in. It's got the people who work there in it, but. Oh, it's high, and oh my word, does he move around a bit up there? But I mean, obviously he is safe because he hasn't fallen off it, so they obviously know what they're doing. But from some of the shots that he takes, oh my word, it looks scary. But yeah, he basically goes and does whatever he wants to do. What else do we get asked about Respite? So we've covered off what it is, what he does there, what the place itself is like. I think there are the three main questions, aren't we? Is there anything else you regularly get asked about Respite? I don't think there is.
We just get to have a bit of a sleep.
Oh, the other thing people ask is, or tell us, is that sometimes people say that's not what Respite is. Respite is when people come into your house and help you. Well, no, it is.
No, not for me though.
Yeah, don't be one of those people who has their worldview and doesn't understand these differences.
I know they do, but that wouldn't work for me or you.
There's lots of different types of respite.
We were offered it, didn't we?
Yeah, we were offered lots of different types of respite. I know if you watch Fathering Autism, for example, they have respite several days a week, don't they? Where they have someone come in and work with Abby and just basically spend some time with her after school so they can go and do stuff then. I think it's a general gist of what goes on with their version of Respite. And she doesn't have the going away for a couple of days. So it's different types of Respite. But for us, we didn't see that would be any benefit to any of us, really. Yeah, we don't, as far as we're concerned, it wouldn't benefit Andy because it doesn't get him out of his comfort zone. It would be here because there's nothing local for him to do, really. No. So they'd just be in the house with him while we went out. And what are we gonna do in an hour and a half, 2 hours? We can't even go and watch a movie. We have plenty of, because I work from home and because you work part time and you're a student and stuff. There's plenty of time when he's at school when we can go and run errands and do stuff like that. We don't need that support to help us go and just do our daily life stuff. So for us, having it all in one chunk once a month for a couple of days is a massive benefit to us. It's a massive benefit to Andy, and it's made a big difference. He's been doing it for, is it 2 years now? He's been going to Respite?
I think so.
And it's made a huge difference to just our sanity, I think.
It used to be difficult getting in there, didn't it? You remember?
The first time we went, it was difficult because he'd never been there before and he didn't want to go. But also, if you remember the first time we went to see any old trash that was on at the cinema. I think we went to see Passengers, was it? That very first time, about 2 years ago. That was a terrible movie, but it didn't matter. It didn't matter whether it was a good movie or a bad movie. It was the first time in 5 years that we'd gone to the cinema together without any kids, and it was nice. And we've had weekends away. We went to Hull, we went to Lincoln. And I know Hull and Lincoln don't necessarily sound very glamorous places.
But they're on the way.
Well, they're places that aren't here and don't have kids in them. Which again is something that it would be very easy for a lot of people to take for granted. But for us, just being somewhere that's not here without the kids around is...
Because even when we're here, we give the girls sometimes, don't we?
Yeah, exactly.
When Andy's not here, and that's fine.
Or this monster of a dog. This is what we've had to do to calm him down so that he doesn't make lots of noise. He's a disgrace. But yeah, Respite is good. But I think that just
I wish
covers
everyone could have it, offer it to everyone. I know people don't get it, and I'm so sad because it does help. And there is people out there.
It was never even mentioned to us until we were at absolute breaking point.
We didn't even have a social worker for 5 years, so...
No, exactly. But we're very glad we have Respite Care now, and I think Andy likes it as well. He always looks forward to it.
I hate that he calls it hotel, though.
I mean, it is mad that he calls it... It's his little holiday, isn't it?
It is.
He's probably sat there talking into his camera now about how it gets him a bit of time away from us and how much of a pain in the bum we are. I have visions of him doing it. Just sat there in his room, he's got his little ring light on, pointing at himself, talking about how he finally gets some time away from us. He can just do his own thing, play on his Vita, and have it plugged in the whole time.
Do they let him do that then?
Yeah, he lies there on his bed with his stuff plugged in, doing what he wants. crisps, drinks. He's loving it. So we're going to let him carry on with that. We're going to let you carry on with whatever you're doing. And Anna is going to get on with watching Wonder Woman because she keeps looking over at it.
I'm trying to
longingly.
work out who Chris Pine is in my head.
He's Steve Trevor.
Who's that?
You'll find out in about 20 minutes.
In Chris Pine, Robin?
No.
Okay.
If you have enjoyed today's vlog, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for us. Subscribe to the channel for more daily vlogs. And thank you very much for watching. Now you can make some noise. Thank you. He's clapping his ears.